I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a spare key for this Acura MDX. You order this little device, order the spare key or keys you need. We're going to make 2 spare keys today. Add in our key by photo cutting service, so we cut the key before it even arrives at your house. And then in about 15 minutes, you can have spare keys without leaving home. And what's best, it saves a ton of money from the rip-off prices the car dealership wants to charge you. Let me show you how easy it is. To start, you've got to download the app. It's on both the Apple and the Google Play Store. Once you have the app installed, get it open, you're going to come into key pairing. It tells you to scan the QR code. Be careful, there's a QR code on each side. You want to make sure you scan the one on the top here, just the side with the light. Okay. Tells us we need Wi-Fi connection, have the keys you plan to pair, and get started. So, we need to come up with our vehicle. You can try the VIN scanning tool here. That's not always accurate, so it's often easier just to come in and select. We've got an Acura MDX, and it's 2012, so right there, 01 to 2013. Okay, tells me we've got a key, and it's got to download an Acura file now. Installing complete. Tells us to plug this thing in. You gotta come down, find the OBD port, and there you go, plug this programmer right into it. To make it easier, you can get an extension cable like this. Then you can see what you're doing. Now I need to make a Bluetooth connection, so it's trying here. We're looking for the blue light to show up. Because I've used this phone on a different easy installer, you can only use a programmer for a single vehicle because it ties into the VIN number. So I got to match the serial code. Most of the time you should just have one. And it's asking if it wants to allow pairing. Paired. Alright. This guy turned blue. See that? And we got a green connected here. Oh, I lost the Bluetooth. Oh, it's got to do a firmware update now. We're going to wait a few minutes while this thing does its update. Alright, firmware is updated. This thing remade its Bluetooth connection. Now we can go on to the next step. When you run into problems, it never hurts to start over. Turn on the ignition. Before starting, 2 clicks to the on position. I'm not running the engine. Okay. It says it's loading. Okay, communicating with the vehicle. Alright, select the number of keys. Paired keys required. I've got my working key in the ignition with this tile key finder here. I'm going to start by just doing 2 of these, and then this tells me that sometimes the remote is not added during the first process, in which case we're going to need to come back and do 2 of this remote button. Okay, turn off the ignition. Okay. Turn on the ignition with a paired key. So this is my working key here with the tile key finder, the original one. 2 clicks to the on position or the run position. Engine didn't start. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition. Okay, it tells me there's 3 keys paired. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition with an unpaired key. So, take out my working key and take one of these new keys, put it in, turn it 2 clicks. Don't start the engine. Turn off the ignition. Note there's a blinking security light right now. That's going to come into play during our programming. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition. Okay, number of paired keys 4. I come look up here. Notice the security light has turned off. Before we go through and try to get this second one working, this first one should work now. I'm just going to turn it on and check it.